Imagine discovering that your next chapter isn't about starting over, but about remembering who you've always been. Welcome to the Midlife Reinvention Podcast, a podcast helping women in career and life transitions achieve clarity on their next steps so they can transform uncertainty into an energizing next chapter. I'm your host, Kavita Ahuja, and the founder of It's My Time Now Coaching. If you're wondering what's next in your career or life, you are in the right place. Through solo and guest episodes, you'll gain practical tips, tools, and inspiration to help you uncover blocks, gain confidence, and be, do, and have what you want. I rediscovered myself after the age of 50, and I know you can too. It's my time now to help you do just that. I'm so excited you're here. Let's dive in. Hello, and welcome back to another mini episode of the Midlife Reinvention Podcast. I'm your host, Kavita Ahuja, and I'm so glad you're here, taking a few moments for your own personal growth. Today, I'd like to share some of the key takeaways with you from my recent conversation with Mela Ruin, and I hope that they spark something in your own reinvention. If you missed episode 239, which was released this past Monday, September 29th, do go back to it for a refresher. Mela's story really reminded me and stayed with me, and I'm sure for you too, in that she left her 24-year career in education to start something completely different, which was a jewelry brand rooted in her own family heritage, her story, her family story, and her love of beauty and meaning. But this episode isn't about jewelry or even her business. It's about the lessons her journey offers to all of us. Lessons about courage and confidence and rediscovering ourselves. So here are some of the lessons that I'd love you to take away from today. Lesson 1 is to look back to move forward. When Mela thought about what to do next, she didn't start by scanning job boards or writing out a 5-year plan. She thought back to her childhood, to the memories of wandering through Istanbul's jewelry bazaars with her grandmother, where every piece held history and meaning. That memory really never left her, and when the moment came in to make a change, it gave her the courage to try something bold. So let me ask you, what did you once love that you've put aside? Maybe it's art or writing or the feeling of helping somebody. Maybe it's travel or gardening or music. We often bury these passions because life gets busy or practical, but they don't disappear, they wait for us. Sometimes our reinvention isn't about finding something brand new, it's about remembering. Lesson 2 is don't wait for it perfect. Mela didn't have a business degree or truthfully even a roadmap. What she had was a nudge and a whisper and a sister who believed in her, and the willingness to start anyway. How often do we wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect version of ourselves before we make a change? And how often does that waiting become years of standing still? I know that because it did for me. But here's what I want to tell you. Reinvention doesn't come with certainty. It comes with movement. Even a small step in the direction of what excites you is enough to shift your energy into that positive anabolic energy I often talk about. And that shift can open doors you don't even know existed. So instead of asking, is this perfect? Try asking, what's one honest step I can take today? Lesson 3 is to find support and play to your strengths. Mila didn't do this alone. She leaned on her sister, and together they figured out how their different strengths could complement each other. Mela was the creator, the designer, and the visionary, and her sister handled the numbers and the organizing. That balance allowed them to grow something meaningful together. You don't have to know everything to reinvent yourself. You just need to know yourself. What are your strengths? And just as important, where do you need help? Too often we think that taking the next steps means that we have to do it all alone. In reality, it's about building a team, whether that's family or friends or mentors or coaches who can help carry the load. So here's a reflection. Where in your life do you need support? And are you willing to ask for it? Lesson 4 is that confidence can be sparked in small ways. One of my favorite moments in our conversation with Mela was that how she shared how jewelry helps people feel seen. She told the story of a woman who had just gone through a breakup. She brought a sparkling piece and said to her, "This will be my reminder to shine again." Confidence doesn't always come from the big things. Sometimes it's in the little rituals, putting on a bold necklace, wearing red lipstick or a bright tie, listening to your favorite song before a tough conversation. These small acts might seem external, but they send a powerful internal message. I am here, I matter, and I'm ready. So, what's your confidence spark? What can you add to your day that reminds you of your own strengths? And lesson 5 is that legacy is created now, not later. Mela often spoke about legacy, and for her, the jewelry business became a way to honor her family, especially after her sister's passing. But what struck me was this: legacy isn't just what we leave behind someday, it's the story that we're writing right now with the choices we make every day. Too often we think of legacy as something far away, something attached to age or wealth or accomplishments. But legacy is present. It's in how you show up for your children, the kindness you extend to a friend, the courage you make when you try something new. So ask yourself, what story am I writing with the way I'm living today? Because that story is your legacy. So, my friend, your next steps do not demand perfection. They don't demand certainty. What they ask for is honesty, honesty about what you love, what you value, what you're good at and passionate about. Essentially, your ikigai or reason for being. Mila's journey is proof that you can weave together your past, your passions, and your courage into something meaningful, even during life's challenges. And you can too. So if you're listening and thinking, I don't even know what my thing is anymore, that's okay. That's where the journey begins. And I call it uncovering your ikigai or your reason for being. If you'd like some guidance in exploring what that could look like for you, I invite you to book a complimentary breakthrough session with me. Together, we'll begin mapping out what your ikigai is and how it can bring meaning into your next chapter. You'll find the link to book the call in the show notes. So remember, my friend, your next chapter isn't waiting for the perfect plan. It's just waiting for you.